Welcome, Elise. Why don't you give us
thank you.
a quick introduction of yourself, where you're working, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yes. So I am based out of DFW. Our business is all around Dallas, Fort Worth. So you have a lot of realtors here who only focus in certain areas, but because of builder business, we are all over the Metroplex. And yes, I started as a new home sales rep in 2001. I was actually what you call a host. I was young. I was only 17. And so I would meet people. I was a greeter, and then I would give them to the sales rep. And then I fell in love with the industry, and I became a sales rep and did really well. And after a period of time, got tired and decided to move into real estate because I wanted just more flexibility and freedom to build something myself. And so I did that. I started with a team. And then after 6 years with that team, I decided to start my own team, which was actually 2019. So just before the great year of 2020, and which actually ended up being a great year for us. And we have leaned in, like you said, to the new construction sector in our business. And it has been a blessing. We're very grateful.
Amazing. I join you in loving this niche too, and that's why we're all in on it as well. So
yes.
Talk to us about the transition from being a builder's rep to being an agent.
Yeah. So for me, like I said, it was just around flexibility. But what I found was, I remembered as a sales rep that there were realtors that were dedicated to their sales reps, and they were bringing them business and they were getting business. And I was like, this sounds appealing. And so I kept my new construction relationships. I maintained those throughout the years during my real estate journey, and stayed very much involved. And I think that helped me whenever I came across some new programs that would benefit both my business and their business, that they were open to what I had to say and let me in the door.
I think that the theme, a big theme on this podcast, has been the builder-agent relationship. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people that want to get into new construction just underestimate how important that is. So what would you say to someone who maybe is new? Like, how have you, I know you had probably a bit of a leg up considering your background, I would say. But what do you do actively to build those and maintain those relationships?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the most important thing is bringing value to your sales reps. If you are calling them and asking for handouts, hey, did you have any prospects come in this weekend that you want to hand over to me? Well, that's not as appealing as saying, hey, what inventory home are you having trouble selling? Maybe I can do an open house, or I can do some targeted marketing for you. Is your neighborhood struggling? Here's the things I can do for you. I can have these events. I can run these comps. I can see where your numbers are off. I can cold call around the neighborhood for move ups and move downs. You have to be willing to work, one, and provide value to them and build a relationship. It shouldn't be just business. They need to like you. People work with people they like. That's just simple. Tale as old as time. And so you need to be personable. You need to be going to the model homes, not on a busy day, but during the week when they're slow, and talking to them and getting to know them and their family. What do they like? What are their hobbies? What kind of gifts can I buy them to surprise them and entice them to send me more business? Or just the list goes on. So I think it's really important to build that relationship and stay consistent. Consistency is key.
Yeah, 100%. And I think you hit the nail on the head with the providing value. I've been coaching agents for a long time, and a lot of people still struggle to get their head around just go out and provide value to the people you want to be connected with, and that will come back to you in spades.
Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Seek understanding, seek knowledge. That's what I'm trying to say, is get to know the product and the builder. Ask them questions. Questions are your best friend. The more you get them to talk about them and themselves and what they do and their product, the more you're going to win.
Yeah. And it's like Gary Vaynerchuk's book, that's jab, 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 right hook. It's basically means give, 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 ask. And I think he had a new version, which there was more jabs in there. It's like just keep giving, and then it's a lot better of a place to stand, a lot more solid ground to stand on when you do want to make an ask. So I'm a big believer in that. So take notes, everyone. I really think that's a good point.
It works.
Yeah. So what about shifting from resale to new construction? I think a lot of people struggle with this idea of being a specialist, like they're going to miss out on business. Like, how much of your business is resale these days?
I would say, listing side, it's way up. So the way our program works with our builders is we typically get both a listing and a buyer each time. So our resale side is just listing heavy. We're not actively showing buyers resale as much. Most of our buyers are either already looking at new construction or are coming to us from new construction builders. And they often have homes to sell. So we are then taking care of the listing side and the buy side. So that's the bulk of it. Now, every now and then we do get clients who only want resale. You have your specific areas in Dallas or wherever, Plano, whatever it may be, where they only want to live in those areas and they don't care about the age of the home. They don't care. They're looking for a certain character type. That happens. And we have a few of those. It's just not the bulk of our business anymore.
Yeah, it makes sense. And this is something we tell people all the time because we do a lot of purely like new construction lead generation for agents. And we always say, you're going to generate a lot of listings and some people are going to change their mind and buy resale. So it's funny that
and that does happen. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's hard to just stay in a niche, but I think being in that niche allows you to really stand out in a different way. What can you speak to about that as far as like how being a specialist has given you the opportunities that you were telling me about before we hit record with your builders, like being a niche specialist, like niche marketing has been really, really awesome for me throughout my career. And it's seemingly always worked. But I think people have a scarcity mindset around it. Like they have a bit of FOMO, like I'm going to miss out. What's your experience been with that?
Yeah, I would just say you're selling yourself short. I mean, I see it every day. The agents that aren't willing to open up the box and try new things and learn new programs and make it part of their package. Buyers and sellers more than ever today are looking for options. So they're looking at Open Door, they're on the internet, which we all know the internet is the worst. It's the best also, but it can also be the worst. Yeah. So you have to be prepared for the amount of information that they're going to get without you. So if you are not coming to anyone, builder reps who resale new, with a menu of options for them, then you're going to not make it with the competition. The competition is going to outshine you. And that's what has helped us a lot because these clients, even the ones that come from builders, we're saying, hey, even if you don't want to go this route, you have all these options. Of course, with our builders, our target is to keep them with the builder and have them go under contract with that builder always. It's only when they decide later that they change their minds that they know that we have provided them with 4 different options for them to sell and buy at the same time. And it works beautifully, and the builders love it and clients love it because if they do change their mind, they already know they have a plan and they can do that without any stress or hassle. It's critical to have those options now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, Lisa, I'm so impressed. It seems like you have an awesome business, and I think if I were to go back and sell real estate, which I probably never will, I would want to structure it exactly like you have it. So I applaud you for that.
It's great.
So
Thank you.
One of the things we do is we help generate more opportunities for our clients, and generally more opportunities leads to having to grow your team. And everyone wants to grow a team, but they don't realize often how hard it is. So talk to me a little bit about your team. How do you keep them motivated? What's been something you can share that's been successful for you?
Oh, yes, growing a team. It's tough. So I made a lot of mistakes when I first started.
Everyone does.
I'm one of those that I'm just going to do it my way.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing, and there's all kinds of resources and stuff out there. But I did some classic things. I hired friends and, brought people over on my team that were friends from another team, without doing my proper due diligence and interview process and making sure that they were really the right fit on the bus. So I would say that is number one, making sure that you're hiring people that you align with, not only on what you want out of them production wise or business wise, but that you get along with and that fit your mold, that fit your goals and your drive and your motivation. They work as hard as you do. I mean, it's hard to find, but when you do, then yes, it's all about keeping them and keeping them happy, right? So that's the first thing, obviously, is take your time. Like with our broker, there's this thing they provide, which is kind of like a personality test, but it gives you an idea of what if they will be a good fit. If you are building a team, you want someone who is looking to be on a team, who's looking for support, who wants to be a part of a collaborative environment, who isn't looking to go out on their own, who isn't looking to build their own business, someone who, because if you don't know those things going into it, then you're setting yourself up for failure in the beginning, because and that's okay. It's going to happen. Some people are going to come on in the beginning and it's going to say, team player, they're a good fit for a team, and they might grow and decide later that they want to go out on their own. And that's just life. That's going to happen. The idea is to keep those rock stars well fed and given opportunity to grow. And that's been, and also as a leader, you also have to be willing to get in the trenches and work. This is one mistake I made, is I pulled myself out of production too soon and my team fell apart. They stopped working too. And I was like, okay. So I had to do a little bit of, focus on myself and what I wanted. And I did that. And I started working really hard and getting back into it. And sure enough, as I did that, so did they. And I lost a couple people that needed to be lost. It turns out, and sometimes you don't know
that's a good thing.
People are gone. Yeah. Sometimes you just don't know until they're gone. Like with one of these instances, I didn't realize how much weight and darkness it was bringing to the team until they were gone. And then everything was so much better and lighter and people were happier. And I was like, oh shoot, I didn't even know that. Like, what a blessing in disguise. But
it can be a poison for sure. It can be an absolute poison. Yeah.
It can. Having the right group and making sure everyone else is aligning and getting along. And we finally got there. We're there now. We have an amazing group. We are in growth mode. We're hiring. We're interviewing because we need agents in all different areas of DFW right now. It's too much for us to handle. So we're looking for great people. And so it's a process, but you have to take your time and do your due diligence and make sure you're getting the right people, or it will throw everything off. And then keeping them happy, I just promoted 2 of them to director of sales roles so that they can start building businesses in their areas, which means that they can now start hiring and training agents in their areas. And they will get a split of their commissions as well for training and leadership and accountability. And those were 2 of my rock stars, and they're in different areas of town, so it works. And then, it's just keeping your people happy, staying in line, staying engaged. I mean, our group text is every single day. We're sharing stuff and bonded, and it's family and work. It's important. You have to have culture.
I couldn't agree more with everything you said. Obviously, we have a pretty sizable team here at Agent Launch, and I have witnessed a lot of the same things. And have you ever heard the term intrapreneur?
I have not.
That's something that really stuck with me when you were saying is hiring the right people. Obviously, the cost of a bad hire is monumental. And it can, like you said, when you have that bad energy, it can be contagious. And so I think what you really look for is intrapreneurs, not entrepreneurs, not people who want to go out and start their own thing, which is really hard in real estate because everyone kind of wants to go do their own thing eventually. Yeah. And you end up investing so much time and energy, and then eventually they leave. And it's a lot of agents that are team leaders have done that themselves. So it's you kind of understand, but you almost want to look for those intrapreneurs, which is they kind of have that entrepreneurial spirit, but they don't want to take on the risk of doing their own thing. So they therefore join a team like yours where they can innovate and do some of the things they would do as an entrepreneur in an environment where they don't have to hold all the risk.
Right. And do all the stuff that you don't have time to do, like paperwork and compliance. We do all that for you, Exactly. So you can just produce, and then it's, a collaborative environment. If you're sick or on vacation, you're covered. It's, there's a lot that goes into it, and not to mention just the amount of business you're provided. And we also do market our agents separately. So it's not just all under our team. We provide individual marketing so that they can grow their own brand and generate their own business as well. So that's what it's all about.
Which is pretty awesome. You don't see that very often.
Yeah.
So where where are you generating your opportunities for your team?
So right now, the bulk of our business is coming from our builder partners. And we also do a paid lead service that generates leads through Google Ads. And that is phenomenal. And we just actually had a conversation this morning. We're going to hire an ISA to handle that business because we simply have too much builder business to also be calling internet leads. And these are great leads too, which is why we're going to hire someone, because we don't want to lose them. But at the end of the day, we don't have time to be calling these internet leads that aren't responding, say. Like the ones that are ready to go right now, great, easy to do. But the ones that are 6 months out, we are really busy with current business. So we just we don't want the ball to drop on anyone. So we're going to probably look into doing that as well. And then, of course, our referral business is really great too. We have referral agents all over the country. So that's a great source. I would say probably 20% of our business. And then, we have client referrals as well. But yeah, mostly builder right now.
Nice. Well, at least you're doing some alternative lead gen. And like our program is all about Google Ads and building custom landing pages for new construction and stuff. And like the leads are better than resale. And I just did a testimonial video with a client who I told him this on the sales call, and 2 months in, he's already closed 5 deals. And he was like, you're right. He's like, they're just way more receptive because you're not
it's crazy.
You're not.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So like, you're not like calling them after they've already been looking at the MLS. You're calling them when they opt in on a landing page, and you're promising that, hey, you probably have some insider access to things that they might not be able to see publicly. And they expect that you're calling. And the funny thing that we talked about earlier is they end up buying sometimes resales. A lot of times they have something to sell.
We got a $9 million one off of this the other day. $6 million listing and $3 million buy, and just legit. I mean, it's the best lead source we've found by far.
Off Google Ads. There you go.
Yeah, Google Ads. Yep.
There you go. And you're right though, in that there are a lot of people that you generate through Google that are 6 months out, 12 months out in some cases, and you do have to have systems to manage that. And that is where, we have support for that in our program. Like the ISA model is really key, I think. So if I can say anything, I think you're on the right track there. Yeah,
we need to get it going. I'm looking forward to it. We had a great call with a team the other day, and it sounds like they know what they're doing. So that'll be helpful.
Cool. Are you guys leveraging any video in your process?
So we just started actually doing YouTube. So
nice.
I have a colleague that I network with out of Austin, and he had a colleague out of Atlanta that's been doing YouTube videos at a really high level since the beginning of his career. And they're very raw. They're very genuine. And which he says is key, making sure that you're not doing YouTube videos that are salesy or too professional or flashy, making them more personal to you. So we did just start doing that. And I am doing the voiceover work, but essentially we've partnered with our builders again, and we have hired a videographer that is going to all of our builder communities and videoing all of their inventory homes available for sale. And then I'm doing voiceover tours through each of them, talking about the home and the features that the builder provides, and posting those. And we just like I said, just got started on that. So hopefully it grows. Is that something you guys do at a high level?
Yes, and I think you're really on point there about making it more personal than cookie cutter and professional. I think like one of the cool things you can do is just touring communities, touring new communities and like showcasing them, right? We're actually launching a new YouTube channel. Like you've probably seen my YouTube channel and our company YouTube channel. We're launching a new one that's just going to be dedicated to making like viral content around showcasing cool new communities around the country. And so stay tuned for that. Maybe we can collaborate on something.
I love that. Yeah, let's do it. Sounds like music to my ears.
I love it. Well, Melise, hey, I really appreciate you coming on. Your wisdom.
Thanks for having me. This is great.
Your wisdom really shines. I think you guys are on an awesome path. So it was lovely to talk to you. I hope everyone listening is taking notes, because Melise is. Can I call you Melise Haas the boss? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. That sounds great.
Awesome. So
thank you so much.
Thank you. If you are an agent or a builder, subscribe to the podcast. And if you want to find out how Agent Launch generates new construction leads, builds project websites, edits, videos, and more, you can go to agentlaunch.com, and we'll see you all in the next episode.